Good afternoon everyone, my name is James Steyn. I'm the General Manager and Guide at Senalala Safari Lodge in the Greater Kruger National Park, Southern Africa. So in light of the global lockdown, it's obviously not easy for you guys to get here to come on safari, so we decided that we're going to bring the safari to you. So I'm going to spend a couple of days out, next couple of weeks, and scratch around the bush and see what I can find, and then we're going to try and regularly post some safaris for you online. So hoping to stimulate your interest and making sure to try and get you to visit us in the future as soon as we can solve this problem. Right, let's get out there, see what we can find. Alright, you'll notice we're crossing a dry riverbed, dry stream, dry drainage line as it's commonly referred to in southern Africa. The African savanna, the African bush, is full of these dry seasonal stream beds. They're not classified as rivers, they're actually just drainage systems that take water from the land down to the main perennial rivers. This particular one is called the Nitsiri, which refers to a type or species of small owl that we find in the area, and this actual drainage flows right past the front of our camp. So if you do decide to come and visit, you'll be able to sit on the wooden deck, overlook this drainage, and enjoy a beautiful sunset, African sunset, which far outweighs currently any global catastrophe that there is. But you're going to have to come and see for yourself. So we've just stopped at this part of the drainage system that actually still has a significant amount of water left. We're quite lucky, we're going into winter, it's getting drier. You'll notice as we're going along, the grass is becoming a lot browner, losing the green from the summer. The seasons are changing. So a couple of things going on here of interest. Just ahead of us, 12 o'clock, there's a big kudu bull, which is one of our antelope species we find in southern Africa. One of the larger ones. You'll notice if he breaks into the open area again, he's got quite an impressive set of horns. Horns is quite interesting. Horn is a bony growth directly from the skull that grows throughout the life expectancy of the actual antelope itself. He doesn't shed those horns. They're covered in a keratin sheath, unlike antlers, which are shed seasonally. You can see he's currently browsing there, means eating from the bush. They also do take grass in some instances, but they prefer browsing. Crocs, they love lying in the sun. Reptile family being ectotherms, relying on external sources of heat to regulate their body temperature. So you can find them out of the water in the middle of the day, lying in the sun, just warming their blood up. It's a nice stretch of water this. We have it most of the year round, only drying up towards the end of winter. And it always brings surprises. We don't necessarily always have crocodiles here. Crocodiles just pitch sometimes, and often hippo as well. There's no hippo at the moment, but we did notice this crocodile here. Alright, so we're in luck. We've literally been out 10 minutes and we've seen kudu, crocodile, and now a breeding herd of elephant. Breeding herd consisting of adult cows and their offspring, both cows and bulls. Very interesting. You can see they're busy feeding. That's pretty much what elephants do most of the time. On average, they will consume between 4 to 6% of their own body weight. And so for let's say a 5-ton elephant, that's about 200 kilograms of food a day that they consume. Significant diet, and if you look around, you see there's a lot of food at the moment. We had a really good season, rain-wise, and the grass and the trees and the shrubs have just continued to grow. We are slowly going into winter, as I mentioned earlier. You can see how the grass is becoming browner closer to the vehicle here. So we may not have any guests along with us from different parts of the world, but if you look in front of the vehicle on the bumper there, we've got our own grasshopper that's joining us on afternoon safari. So I'm not feeling too lonely. Right, got a beautiful giraffe as well. Drive's getting better and better. It's important to understand, especially if you're planning a safari in the future, that there's been this move in the last 15 or so years, certainly the time that I've been around, more than 20 now. There's been this move to promote only the big 5 on safari, and there's a lot of other things to look at as well that are just as beautiful, graceful. And one of my personal favorite is absolute icon of the African safari or the African bush, the giraffe. Really beautiful and graceful animal. You'll notice there's a youngster, possibly that cow's calf just to the left of her, also going to come into the picture shortly. Yeah, it's not quite a calf anymore, young sub-adult, but chances are good she does belong to that cow there. Giraffe, for me, have one of the nicest collective nouns of all the animals. They refer to it as a journey of giraffe. And I think it has a lot to do with watching the cow walk away from us. If you watch them moving across the plains or the bush in Africa, they always look like they're going somewhere, maybe on a journey. May that be an inspiration to plan your next journey to Africa to come on safari. And we know this will be possible in the near future. We're all hopeful. And some more elephants. This has really been an extraordinary drive. Considering, as I mentioned earlier, we've only really been out for about 20 minutes now. About 10 when we saw the first group of elephants. Now we've got the second group here. This is also a breeding herd, so again cows with their offspring. I don't see an adult bull around for the moment. You might be able to notice when the ear goes forward, you'll see that really nice thick network of veins behind the ear there, especially if the sun shines on it like that. And that's part of that cooling mechanism. The blood that flows through those veins is actually cooled by the flapping of the ears, which then help cool down the core body temperature. Just focusing on a Burchell starling over here, sitting on top of the tree there with the afternoon sunlight, really bringing out that iridescent, that beautiful iridescent blue color. Okay, that concludes our afternoon game drive. Hope you've enjoyed it. Very excited for the next one. So we'll head out tomorrow morning and we'll bring you some more footage.